कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. In the words of the great Rajdeep Sardesai, Happy Wednesday. I've been reading his stuff online. He always begins with Happy Monday, Happy Tuesday, Happy Wednesday. There's nothing is more irritating than someone saying Happy Day to you. Because there's a good chance that 75% think the day sucks already. And the first thing they read is Happy Monday, Happy Tuesday, Happy Wednesday. Of course, the day is wrong also sometimes depending if you're traveling. But let me introduce our lovely panel today. And I mean lovely because we've got two pretty girls and a pretty boy. Should we start with the pretty boy who's wearing part Kanjivaram sari? We don't know what it is. Who did you try to molest down south and how did you get this outfit, Shreyas?
This is my palm reader outfit. So whenever I wear this, I'm not
You still
anymore.
think that people are interested in your palm reading?
I think so.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I think they are not. That's why I'm trying to...
We'll give it a go. You're right. Why? Because, if you keep going, maybe at some point people will say, okay, enough, let him read the damn palm.
See, for how many episodes have you been doing this podcast? We're reaching the 1,000, so...
My therapist said never count. Okay, because the depression will continue. So I have not looked back ever. But can I quickly, because there are two ladies here for rare that we have two. We have a quota system. One female we have to put in, or one guy who's slightly, I don't want to bring Naveen's name into it. But generally we never get 50%. 50% is parity. That's what the world needs.
You haven't let them talk yet. What does that say?
Hey, come on, it's a man's world. No, I'm kidding. So Niveditha, of course, our regular is with us. Also wearing the shirt on the shirt concept.
Yeah.
I feel left out. I'm the only one who doesn't do it. Almost 50% of the panelists do this double clothes thing. Why?
It's skinny people fashion.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
And
That
so
makes sense.
yeah.
So skinny people
Layered
want to look
clothing.
bigger. Fatty people want to look skinnier. The world really sucks. Nobody wants to just look normal like whatever they are for some reason. Which brings us to Devika. And Devika Manjrekar is back after maybe 3 years, I think.
Yes.
3 or 4 years. She's pretending to remember. She can't remember, neither can I. Who cares? She's a chef extraordinaire. She had started a lovely pop-up and then, of course, the pandemic hit at some point. But now, apparently, she's grown a lot and got 12 restaurants. By the way, this young Mano, by the way, they're both Maharashtrians, so we can get a match here.
Wow.
We can get a match here right now.
A match?
And
we
when I
are
tell you who
joining
she is,
teams if we
first
are
let me
both
tell you who
Maharashtrian.
she is in antecedents, because you probably haven't heard. And I've been told not to mention Sanjay Manjrekar.
Arey,
So I said, okay. Because as a contrarian personality, when Sparsh sends me a message, Niveditha saying, do not talk about her father, Sanjay Manjrekar, I have to talk. You never do that with a contrarian personality. It irritates us so much. It is...
before we go into that, can I talk about an epidemic that urgently needs to be talked about that
May
has
I-
taken the
you
city by
want to interrupt
storm?
the Manjrekar antecedents from a cricket-loving crazy man like me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're stupid. Okay, go ahead.
As the co-host, I thought I had those
Oh, you're
powers.
the co-host.
I am the
You're the
co-host,
co-host.
correct.
Yeah.
So please respect me. An
This is what
epidemic...
all the co-hosts say. This is a disclaimer on every show. Please respect me. Bolo, sir.
There is an epidemic that has taken
The monkey
this
thing.
city by storm. I'm not talking about the monkey thing.
The VIPs on chairs.
People have stopped going to work. People have stopped doing what they want to do.
It's a
All they are
massive
doing,
setup. Massive
all
setup
they
for
are
the punch,
doing,
Niveditha. I'm waiting.
all they are doing is ordering from Toast Pasta and ordering from Toast Donut Shop. That's all they are doing.
Wow! What a setup!
wow! It's there.
What a setup!
Oh,
Boss, you're the best
beautiful.
host ever.
Yeah, what can I say?
Because you go, I thought you were going somewhere else
Yeah,
with some
even
stupid
I
palm
was.
reading,
Oh
crappy
my
joke.
God.
I didn't expect
Straight
this.
from the high hills of Nagpur comes this joke. No.
This
it
is
was
my
a-
favorite promotion of all time.
because none of us, he caught us all on the back foot here to use more cricketing parlance. And I hope you can see it. Am I holding it correctly? They're saying flip it around. It's how you talk to your grandfather. Oh,
wow.
and it's leaking on my hand. And it's now leaking on the material here. And I've been given tissue. So all this is live. This is real action-packed episode.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Devika, see what you've done. Oh, you destroyed the
I
studio
apologize.
without lifting your
Apologize.
hand.
Ants. I love this.
And
Is
now
that
my-
caramel?
It's spelling off, I don't know what. Pesto,
good.
pesto.
Oh, it's
No,
savory?
coffee.
Oh, it's coffee.
Tiramisu, I told him this.
Oh, Tiramisu, correct.
It's just the box that said
I just
pasta, so
want
you
to
got
know
thrown
what
off.
food there was
Okay,
inside.
must be
Who says
pesto.
that Sparsh has not got a good life? You can lick this.
You.
All right, let's get back to Devika quickly. So tell us now what's been happening. Tell us about the toast. Where's the branding? Can we get the clean branding one? I'll put it up.
I'm just
try and do
afraid, because both are the same thing, so the other box might also leak. So
No, but
please
this
be
time I
careful.
know, no? They made me turn it like a clock. I was okay. I just held it upside down. It's when I turned it like a clock that it leaked. Thank you, beta. toast, pasta, bar, gingerly he picks it up like it's fire now.
That's perfect.
Okay, and it's in Kamla Mills, which is
Yes.
close to where I do a little bit of my work, and also the hub in our area where we come from.
Oh, sweet.
I think you're a Prabhadevi girl yourself, so
Yes.
it's a hop and a skip for her.
Yeah.
You are from Nagpur, so it doesn't matter for you. Once you're here, what does it matter? And you are from Kenya. Huh?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
random. Why did you bring
No,
that
it's-
up all of a sudden?
What?
He's just measuring distances from here to where we are from.
Why did she take offense about being from Kenya? It's such a nice country. I love Kenya. I told you. Only you
have
didn't like
been?
it.
No, I liked it so much. That's why I keep
I like
talking
the
about
people. I
it.
thought they were really
people
nice.
get mad at me for speaking about it all the time. They're like, Niveditha, why can't you just stop about
Why?
the Kenya?
But why?
I know. Why
It's not
would
like
I do that? It's
not like a
amazing.
negative. It's a
I love it.
positive.
How long did you live there for?
I lived there until I was 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
11. Around 11.
She
yeah.
discovered Zimbabwe. It wasn't
It was me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devika, tell us about the whole
Yes.
thing now. So let's just go back a bit. So we only knew we were doing these pop-ups, it was doing
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And then what happened? The epidemic hit as a
Yes.
restaurateur, as a chef.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, fortunately, the pandemic has worked well in my favor,
Sweet.
which is.
So what you're
touch
saying
wood.
is thank God for the pandemic. Let's be
Yes.
clear. Let's be
Yes.
clear here. We're
Yes.
grateful. Give us one more.
Yes, so we opened a toast donut shop, which happened in the pandemic, and people were just sitting at home ordering insane amounts of donuts, and it kind of like took off from there. And then we used to sell out like every week, and it was kind
Wow.
of intense. Like it was.
My problem with donuts is because I have this blood sugar problem. It's like French fries. Donuts and French fries are the kind of things that if you're near them, you
Yeah.
can't not
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
them.
This
You know,
is
that's
correct.
the problem.
I don't have them though on a daily basis,
Really?
which is great self-control. I think.
Oh.
I think so.
Wow.
But
Is
tell
it
me,
because
how
you
do
make them? Does that stop you from
Technically, I don't physically make them anymore because we hired like people to help us
Wow,
with the
what a
thing.
slap.
Got
man.
it.
That was a slap I felt. You moron. I'm good in the kitchen.
No, I mean because she's made them so much in her life.
No, that is a very fair. Like I don't eat the food
Would you
at the
taste
restaurant
it?
where
Would you want, no, well, that's a good point.
Your own
Because, if it's rice or something you taste a little bit, it'll be not so bad.
Yeah.
You're tasting dough. What is donut made of? What is it?
Dough.
Bread,
Dough
right?
and nuts.
Bread.
That's the two ingredients.
Well done,
Thank
Manohar.
you.
For a restaurant. Yeah. So biting into it would be ridiculous. 10, 12, 15 of them. That's 6 donuts
Yeah,
already.
no, I don't taste them anymore. Like I do. Like all of us taste some.
Okay.
Because it's too
Because
much otherwise,
that's
and because they're
correct.
filled donuts. So
What are they filled with?
with
Manohar made a
various.
sexual sound when
Oh,
he
we're
said
just
filled donuts.
filled.
You're just making us hungry
Did
early
you-
in the
you
morning now.
sound is, can you give us early Kishori Amonkar just to start the mood? Yeah, I'm sure Devika will love it.
This is an on. So I've tasted your donut once, and what it made me feel, I can't even put it in words.
No, you can't.
I'm an English major, a creative writing major, a writer by profession, but
But
I
a
could not
musician
put it in
at
words.
heart. Yeah.
Music is the only thing that does justice to it. So here, how the donut was. Is what I felt, which I also feel.
You take this you put in your Insta, and just look at the success of this. You made a musician. He's a Carnatic vocalist because of this. I mean, it's just amazing how we get this talent. Nev is not that happy with the performance.
I can't tell if he loves
He's done this before, and I don't know. I have my
You
reservations.
feel it's repetitive. I feel
quite-
these are new lyrics for me. I've never heard this.
Yeah, it's
before.
it's something new I've been working on.
Prakriti, no? The
That's what it's called.
ancient
Correct.
language from
Correct.
correct. Beautiful. Right. So it worked in your favor.
Yes.
And but what are the different things we get? Let's just go through them because you've given us tiramisu. Where's my hamper?
So that's from the new restaurant, which is Toast Pasta Bar. So there are 2 things now
Okay.
since I met you last.
Right.
Wow.
Let's understand. So the
Yeah.
first one.
Was pop-ups by Devika.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was really long ago. Then when the pandemic hit, we started making donuts and they went really like insane. So then we opened Toast Donut Shop, which is like a cute like bakery with donuts and a little like some eggs and sandwiches and stuff, which is also in Lower Perez.
So it's a physical shop where I can
Yes.
stand and eat also,
Yes,
not
yes,
just pick
yes.
and
Sit
go.
and eat also.
Sit and eat.
Yeah.
She looked at my age. Chacha ko bithana padega. Immediately she thought ahead. I respect that. Yeah. Great thing about Indians, the younger people always look at older people nicely, like the reverence. Then.
Yeah, so that happened, and then I'm trained as a pastry chef, but I don't like pastry. Like I've done pastry and cuisine, but I like food more.
Oh.
So like this donuts was just an accident, and I was like, it's successful now, so we'll do it, but I don't enjoy
What
it.
kind of, I mean, this is real comedy. I'm trained as a pastry chef, but I don't like pastries. It's like I'm trained in medicine, but I can't stand helping people who are sick.
So, so I'm trained in pastry and cuisine. I just don't enjoy doing pastry as much as I enjoy
Why?
cooking
As in
food.
the-
It's just very like time consuming and scientific and annoying.
Is monotonous? Is it monotonous
Yeah,
to
it's
make
very
pastries?
repetitive and you weigh things and there's no like.
And you think comedy sucks. Imagine pastry chef. And you weigh things all day. I have to weigh this and I have to weigh
there's
that.
no like, you can't just like chuck things in like you'd like to.
You could,
Like,
and then you can call it bhel puri.
yeah, it would suck and it would mess up the recipe.
Jane do, yaar,
It's
make
too
bowl,
technical.
dal, feko.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a question. What feedback on your donut was the one that
Hey, that
convinced
sounds
you
vulgar.
to what after the tasting menu that also sounds bad.
I don't know what
After
to do
one
with
of
this
the first
question.
things that you baked, what was the feedback, or what was was there a friend or a family member who ate it and was like, you have to start a place, or was it something you decided yourself?
So this might sound very like boastful, but I feel
This is the
like
place for that.
Yes.
so I feel like if I like it, everyone will like it.
That's not
Right.
boastful.
Do you have a high
Very, very high. So I
Oh.
think usually that I suck only.
Right.
So if I like the taste of this, then
Correct.
people
Yes,
will
if
like
only
it.
we did this with our comedy now. If we like the joke ourselves, then we applied. We don't even bother. We should take a leaf from a book. Okay, so and the second one. So let's be clear. The
Yeah.
Doughnut is one, and then the main
Yeah.
full-fledged restaurant.
Yeah, which opened a month ago. So on the 24th of June.
Wow.
So it'll just be a month in 4 days.
25th is Paul McCartney's birthday, so there's a reason
but,
why. Yeah.
But 24th.
History buff here.
There you go.
He has more to say.
Still alive, so not history. Sorry. What is the name of the restaurant?
Toast pasta bar. I just gave
Oh,
you the
right.
thing.
Toast pasta
So it's
bar.
both things are toast. One is donut shop. One is pasta
Now she's
bar.
talking to me like I'm 6. Have you noticed me with the hand gestures and the slow talk? Beta. And so what all, quick menu, can we go to the menu vaguely?
For the pasta thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of handmade pasta and Italian.
What does that mean? Like,
So
like
it's
you make
fresh, it's not like dry.
You make it then and there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but is it? I just come back from Spain because I'm rich.
Yeah.
And a couple of places we went to, my son is nuts about having salads and
Yeah.
watching weight and all. They let you sort of make it yourself.
Okay, that I don't do.
Is that something that you think will work here?
It will work because people tell me what they want anyway. Like,
Indians.
I'd like pink sauce. I'd like
Really?
bell peppers and corn, and
Oh,
we're just
wow.
like no.
Oh, you say no?
We say no. First, we started off by doing like maybe we shouldn't, but then it just becomes like a shadi pasta counter.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't think people know what they want. Like,
Yeah.
how, like we're going to a professional, shouldn't we just take whatever you're giving us?
Yeah,
Like,
like-
that's what I would do.
Absolutely.
Like, I have no idea about this, please.
No, but in the
Give me
pasta
your
bar,
best.
salad bar thingy, it's a reverse buffet concept where it's
Correct.
there. She's not going to interfere. It's there, it's written. Don't be a moron. This is what you want, you take
Yeah.
it and you move on.
That's fair
You're
enough.
you're irritating the staff and saying, boss, we're
I
and
agree.
Indians. Halka sa ye, फिर थोड़ा सा वो,
Yeah.
फिर इसका ऊपर ये. And I mean, you know how we are. Nobody gives a clean order
And
also.
Jen also. That's the main.
Oh, started the revolution.
That's the main
That
one.
Jane you speak of is paying our bills. Probably 50% equity in your restaurant. So
Yeah.
be nice. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that they do. So it's called pasta bar, as in like cocktails and pasta type situations, not like a
fun.
Yeah. So it's a proper restaurant.
Oh, hence
Wow.
bar.
Yeah.
I thought bar as in use the
It's
word
like
bar
a-
for the thing.
That's
you know,
why you were
like-
standing
Yeah.
in your
Yeah.
vignette
Yeah,
also.
that's exactly.
Yeah.
So you're very sharp.
Can I say?
What's your favorite dish from the restaurant?
So there's a
What's his name? Oh, sorry.
there's a pasta with a braised oxtail ragu. So it's 6 hours braised. and that's
Oxtail.
it. Yeah.
That's not the cow. That's the cousin of the cow.
That's the ox, but the tail of the ox.
The tail of the ox doesn't belong to the ox. He's
Correct.
taken it on barter.
Correct.
So those people who are not happy with this concept, just to tell them.
Yeah.
But this is a very refined taste, right? This is not
Oh.
for everyone.
No.
Do you have a market? Do people eat this?
Yes.
Shreyas, have you eaten oxtail?
No, I'm gonna come. Can
Tell
you
us
give
the
me
name
some?
of your vegetarian restaurant in Nagpur.
Actually, first, can I ask? Can I get some paneer pasta if I come in the evening? Do you do that? No, I'm kidding. There's a restaurant called Vishnu Ji Ki Rasoi. Have you done research on it, or have I only done research on your restaurant? Like, does it go
I
the?
don't know.
The
which-
Manohar
That's fine,
family,
we'll
by the way, you have a
forgive you.
cricket connection. He's vaguely related to the Manohar, Shashank, yeah.
Shashank.
So you know
I knew.
yeah, there you go. So there's of course, you are the two lines of Manjrekar is another story. With due respect, Manohar was an administrator and a cannot find one. But there is a connection. So that's something where they can appreciate each other. But he has a family business of 34 restaurants across Asia, Toronto, Tel Aviv, and now
Tel Aviv, you lost me at Tel Aviv.
Yeah, but Ukraine, they just started. Ukraine.
It's called Vishnu Ji Ki Rasoi. It's a Maharashtrian Punjabi restaurant. I just
so
go into
far,
plug mode.
So far, Yogi Adityanath is like, rock on! No oxtail there, that's for sure.
Yeah, no oxtail there. Yeah.
So that's actually quite a parallel. Do you have a restaurant in your family?
Absolutely not.
I'll give you one. You can take one. You tell me which one you want. It's yours.
But you all don't have down south. You have something down south?
Why do you think she can only operate restaurants in
No,
down
for family.
south?
Her family goes back to Tamil Nadu, so we need something in the area.
Oh, you want me to gift her a restaurant for her private usage and not to run?
She's a
That's
Bombay
what-
girl. She doesn't want your restaurant. She wants to give it to her people or her community or friends like that.
Why don't you let her decide what to do
I
with the
really
restaurant?
like this alternate career choice you guys have for me without me knowing
So
what
it's called
to do
backup.
about it.
Don't you have a middle class family background like all of us? We grew up with backup.
You guys are not middle class, Cyrus. Let's be honest
Middle class is
here.
everybody except Ambani and Adani. Let me tell you. And the frank thing is, everybody's parent in the 80s and 90s would say backup. For backup, you have to study 3 things,
This
and then
is
you'll end
true.
up becoming a chef or something. Ask her, this is what
Yeah, I
you're brought up.
majored in literature and
There you go.
sociology
Oh,
There you
wow.
go.
in Xavier's.
Yeah, and now she can't even have a conversation with a date because which idiot reads any literature today? Shreyas, can you tell Bernard Shaw from Praveen Shah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Who that wins, right? They're the same person. I think that's a...
Same mother, different fathers.
That's what I've heard.
Wow.
I've also heard from some sources that a person who has been very special in your life.
This is where we get creepy in this show.
This is really creepy. I am just
Is
feeling
Chandler
uncomfortable
Bing?
without knowing.
You love Chandler Bing, right?
Yes, I do. This we spoke about.
This you spoke
though.
about.
Oh, you spoke
Yeah.
about.
You listened to the podcast?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Come on, you think I
Could
would
you
do
say
that
yes?
much research?
Could you say yes? That'd be nice, yeah.
Weren't you playing the character of
Why would you bring
Exactly.
that up?
Is
What have I
that-
done to you?
In the
One remark about the shirt and
I
you're after
just
me.
think you should do one of the lines from
Please.
Hello Friends.
Firstly, they're in Hindi and I can't remember them. And some of them are Hindi translated from the English. Which is
Really?
really bad because literally they don't work.
Wow.
You can't literally translate sometimes. There's a sort of essence of in
Yeah.
language which you keep and then you... But the guy just sat and translated them, you know. Like, I'm here, main idhar hoon. You know, you don't actually say lines like that. I don't know.
But have you watched him play Chandler Bing?
No, I have not.
Oh, you have to.
Oh.
It's phenomenal.
No, listen. He helps you put food in, not throw food out. You try and understand, okay, the difference. Okay, but I wanted to spot test just to irritate Sparsh who said don't mention the dad and all that. And because, you know, we are both
That's
crazy
not
about
the
cricket.
reason. You just want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not to
No,
annoy him.
I'm going to respect my 22-year-old boss. Okay, because young people run the world. So my 22 saal ka beta who's here, I have to respect him. So I'll not mention Sanjay Manjrekar. I'll go straight to Vijay, your grandfather.
Okay.
How many test matches? How many test centuries? Highest score. Give me these 3, which I knew from childhood because of Indian male growing up.
I don't know any of them.
Okay, I'm telling you, so you never
love
make a
it.
mistake.
I love
55
that.
tests, highest 189 against England. I'm not sure. I think it was Delhi, but I'm not 100% sure. And 7 test centuries. Average just under 40. Double check and never forget at the end of the episode, I'm going to ask all of you. Vijay Manjrekar statistics. Sparsh,
I
you
forgot
also.
already. I don't remember.
What the hell? You go to Kenya for just 10 years and you decide you're turning your back on Indian culture. Unbelievable. Yeah. Okay, now we have to hand back the show to the one and only our co-host, Shreyas, who made it in time.
Yeah.
Thanks be to God.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Yes.
I think that's why they made me a co-host because they were like, you have to come on time.
You know
then,
why?
right?
You know why, honestly?
Right.
You're the closest geographically to the studio in the entire panel of 30 people.
Right.
Closest.
Yeah, it's
and
walking
yet you
distance.
come late 4 times out of 5 and 22 seconds before the start of the show you landed.
But what makes you assume that I'm coming from home every time I'm
Where the
coming
hell
here?
will you come from? You
Just some from places here and there.
like give me a dolphin visit. in Gateway of
Some
India.
dolphin visits, sometimes from town, sometimes from
What are you doing in town?
just meeting some friends.
Who is this friend?
Doing some writing projects.
What writing project? This is what you call it. A date is now a writing project.
It's not a date, it's a writing project.
Really?
Yeah.
She leaves you in the room alone with your pen
That's
every weekend. Super success. This is like that guy who drove you nuts, who wrote the 1,000-page poem back in her college days. You remember that story? So she was, there was a guy who was crazy about her in college and wrote 1,000 1,000 pages of, like an ode.
Wow.
A legacy of
1,000
love.
pages. It was a few
In
hundred
Chase
pages.
Tamil. And it was,
was in
quite
Tamil.
beautiful. It was beautiful, like beautiful words. Like
you read
Yeah,
romantic.
like if you died and came back, I would still love you or something.
If you
so he's talking about you
Things
dying.
like that. Oh, absolutely. Me
A
being a
lot.
ghost.
Oh.
things
So
like
is that what you get out of this love? He said, if you die and come back, I'll still love you. Like
Yeah.
a goddess, you're forever.
thing that stayed
I'm
with
falling
me,
in love
though.
with him when I listen to this poetry.
Made an impression for sure. Look, I remember that one line for a very long time because that's how
Did
much
you
I
read the whole
laughed
thing?
about it. I didn't read the whole thing. There was no time.
Oh, wow.
How could you read the whole thing?
I
She
had to give
doesn't
it
like
back to him.
If you don't like the guy, it's so embarrassing. You just go through it quickly and yeah, exactly. I
But
mean,
it was very feminine, the book. It was a pink book. And it had like
how
all the
mean.
drawings
So
and
you
everything
thought
on
this
the
gay
left
guy
side.
is in love with you against
No,
the
I didn't
run of
say
play.
gay.
That's what you're insinuating.
I said feminine.
Or he turned gay because of her. This happens a lot.
No, Cyrus, masculinity now is on a spectrum.
It
so
is.
you can
Gender
be
is a
a
spectrum.
feminine
Yes.
Male. Like Kunal.
You don't know what no one
Sure.
you know what no one ever brings it up when women are masculine.
Or
They like
tomboys,
it.
and they're heterosexual women who are tomboys.
Yeah. So
like my
I
wife,
mean,
for God's sake, she shaves her legs. I don't shave my legs, but she should shave her legs. I mean, I shouldn't discuss this here, but it's true. Once you age, you'll understand.
You
girls,
think you should
You're
say-
young. Legs get hairy for women. Have you not seen
they're
older women? Look at your
always
older
hairy.
relatives. Your older relatives. Why do they wear longer skirts or saris and all that? Because the calves start getting hair.
and because they don't wear underwear.
That I haven't found out yet. My,
So
my
one of
social
the
life
things-
isn't that bad, but
You're
One
one
of
such
the
a
thing-
reasons
you're
you
such-
have an inskirt is because women in those days didn't wear underwear.
in what days?
Like 50 years. Okay, not 50 years ago. 70 years ago. 1950s.
Didn't wear underwear at all.
Not at all.
Wow, what a life.
That's what you have an
Imagine
insert
growing up
for.
with those girls in school. Hey, Reshma, what's up, yaar?
I think they started wearing underwear after Cyrus went to school. They were like, okay, we gotta protect, lock it down.
Or where the people like Shreyas and Cyrus were next to staircases looking up all the time.
Hey,
those kind
why are
of
you
stories.
saying Shreyas and Cyrus? How am I in
Because
this?
you were
scene?
banned in Nagpur, boss. Come on. Every girls' school, every convent school. Come on, for God's sake. This guy's a terrible man.
You know, in Nagpur, like the dating culture of schools was such that it just came to me. If for someone, person A liked person B, what do? In a normal situation, you maybe try and talk to them. You tell them, come to the canteen, let's get some coffee. In Nagpur, person A goes to person B, says, I love you. I don't know if this was like a small
This
town
is
thing.
all small towns.
All
Yeah,
small town.
yeah,
No,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
love
The
the
opening
person.
line is I love you.
Opening line. You have never met the person.
But
Because
that's a lot of balls.
if you don't say I love you, then you don't have any character. What are you going to do? Date this person and leave?
How can you say I love you first? You have to say that
Yeah,
later.
first. That's the first
But
move.
where do you go
No.
from there? What's your second line?
Then you
I
get
love
slapped.
you, but my mother doesn't like you, so bye. What? I don't know.
But do you actually love the person?
I
No,
don't
not
think
a-
it's... Again, I'm not doing this. I'm talking about the culture of
I
my
mean,
Devika, how can you answer this question? It's in that person's head.
No, I think
Like when they say it, do they think they love the person?
I think they can't separate between an infatuation,
vocabulary
a
for
crush,
a
attraction, and
crush.
love. Huh?
Who can? Even now, when I find a girl I like, I mean, I don't know if I'm in love or whatever, you know. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I have a question. When was the last time you fell in love?
7:15.
Who did you pass?
It's a girl called Neha. Not a girl, she's 45 years old. She's very spectacular looking.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, her hair was wet. I got a soft spot for wet hair, man.
Okay.
It was rain and just.
I regret asking you that question. I'm sorry. I thought you give a joke answer, but you actually gave like a real
It's
answer.
not a joke answer or a real answer. It's just honesty. Honesty is always the best joke answer.
Was it 7:15 a.m.?
Yeah. I'm in the gym at 6:05. Illegally, by the way. It opens at 6:30. I have the key.
Oh.
That's Jugaad, boss. Yeah.
He is
It's
a
lovely.
morning person.
Oh, I'm a 4:45 morning person.
Whoa.
Disgusting.
Disgusting. A lot of people have just turned
Unbelievable.
off. Yeah.
Wait, talking about keys, I have a quick problem. If you guys could help
You
me
just
with
dropped
that.
something.
Yeah, no, it's unrelated
dropped
to
the
that.
show.
It's unrelated.
Yeah, go on.
Always been dropped. So I'm sure you've gone through situations where you have a key to your door, right? And your key gets lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Or you get locked out.
But we all live with family, so there's a way in. Now, in your case,
That's true. In my case, there isn't. You have to get a key
Mrs.
guy.
Batliwala, your main landlady. Huh.
Yeah, no, I have to call the key maker only.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
At 3 in the morning, what do you do?
At the last house party, someone got locked inside the room, and like their stuff was inside the room, so we had to call a key maker. He came in at 3 a.m. Then like stayed back.
How do you get someone at 3 a.m.? Who's there?
I mean, there's just one guy who's always.
So he's
there.
not a key maker.
He is a key maker only. He's not some random guy coming and
He's
like
a local
making it.
chore or something. Who's going to awake at 3 a.m. to go and bloody open a door?
That's a good point.
Yeah, how do you? You're lying to me.
No, I'm not.
About Neha, I told the truth, and this is what I'm getting. I don't feel it. It's not fair. I want perestroika and glasnost. I want
But
openness and restructuring here.
I'll tell you the problem. Okay, the problem is this is my key right now.
Oh.
3/4 of my key is inside the door.
You
It's
broke it yourself with your hands?
I broke it
I think
myself with
Devika's
my
moving
hand.
a chair away from him. She now knows he's weird. One thing that in Nagpur we say, I love you
She
first.
knows
That's
everybody
okay. We
is
digested
weird.
that. But he's showing half a key proudly. And he just walked out with half a
See,
key.
I feel that when things happen, there are signs from the universe. So I'm just trying to figure out what sign is this. So if
So now how are you going to open the door?
No, now the door is always open, so I have to go through the back door.
But what's the point of half a key anyway?
No, I just used it as a prop for this episode.
Oh, okay, it's just a setup for the joke.
Yeah, there's nothing. This has no use at all. It's just,
We'll call the show the joke that wasn't. We have a lot of setups and then it doesn't happen, you know. Just it do so much hard work is put in. Devika, please interrupt anytime you want to. Any statistic from Doughnut that impress this guy. But you're in charge of the show and you're not on one topic. It's 10:26, 27 minutes.
Yes, it's time to get to the topics,
Oh,
friends.
is it?
It's time
Is
to get to the
it?
topics.
Wow, finally.
When you hear Friends, and it's not the American sitcom, it's a college play in India. So that's how you introduce people. Hello, friends. All across North, South, East, West, you all say, hello, friends. Hello, friends. How friends, bolo?
In Japan, what we are seeing is there are sleep pods being used, and office workers are being encouraged to use sleep pods to take naps.
But they've been doing that for
during work.
years now. You Google this when?
No, it is one of the new topics now.
So you want to blame somebody else? This is your chance. Pull your key out of the lock and get into it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think they had it in their offices, sleep pods. I think they had it outside.
As
People
options.
used to go, yeah.
Hotels.
Yeah, I don't think they had it within.
Basically, a suitcase to sleep in.
And the reason given
So
for
now,
that is
now they're
that
giving them naps in the middle. Is that what you're talking
yeah,
about?
the reason is that like it's almost being done as like an act of generosity.
Yeah, legal
that
naps.
You do
Yeah.
so much work. You are
so.
But I think the problem is that too
We've
much
done it
work
for
is
years.
happening.
We've done
Yeah,
it for years.
Yeah.
People napping on the job in India. Come on, it's nothing new for us.
Can
yeah.
you do you ever go to sleep in the kitchen? No, you can't. There's no
Possibly
margin for
wherever
that,
there's
right?
fire.
That's
not
what
the
it
best
means.
idea.
No,
That's what it means to be passionate about your job.
I just don't
You
think
don't-
I would be able to go to sleep at work.
Right.
Like, if I'm not working from home, obviously, which I'm not.
Correct.
So, like,
Correct.
I don't think I'd be able to just sleep, then wake up, then continue. No.
I have a
Right.
confession. 1 out of 4 guests on this show fall asleep. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
And-
Be honest.
Like,
I've never
on
fallen
the show?
asleep on this show, which is like
Always.
a big deal for me because
This
I
is
fall
a lie.
asleep.
No, it's just so boring.
I've
They have no
never
idea.
seen it.
A lot of people have
I've seen
issues.
people zone out. I've done it myself.
Oh, that's just being in class again, right?
Oh,
When
yeah,
you
yeah,
look
yeah,
blankly at the teacher and you nod. You always nod. I used to, if the teacher makes eye contact, you sort of nod so they
Yeah.
know you're in it. But you have no idea because you're never in it. Yeah. I mean, who could be in it? They're so boring, those lectures.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not
But I
discuss
think this
that.
whole installing a sleep pod, it's a scam because they just
No.
want to make you work more. Imagine
For
it's
sure.
Not
just
for Japan. Japan, it's a crisis because they actually overwork themselves. There are people like that, you know, not people like Indians.
Yeah.
at film
That's why they don't have. That's why they have like a dwindling population where
Yeah.
like they need more babies now.
Yeah.
No, whatever, I've been to Japan only once, but whatever interactions I had in those 3 days, they seem to be very sincere and straight up. That's why I love their culture. Like what they say is what they mean.
Yeah.
It's so different from us. So if they say they're doing something, they do it exactly that way, at exactly that time, and for exactly that much effort and whatever. So I think the government finally decided that they're like robots now. We've got to do something. So they've just pushed them into, let's take leisure
Wow.
time. They forced leisure
And that's
time.
like what a 30-minute nap during your workday. How's that gonna help
Not
anyone?
even 30. I think even 10, 5-minute
10,
naps.
5.
Yeah.
We need to like follow the Scandinavian countries and
A
make
lot of
it
people
4-day
listening to the
work
program
weeks
are
and
right
things
now
like
doing
that.
the same thing. 10 to 15 minutes. They come back for the AMAs when you mention their names. Egotistical. Say their name and then suddenly, I said my name. Yeah. Happens immediately. Great topic, bro. Great topic.
Thank you.
Next, from Japan, let's go to Cuba or something. Huh? Something different.
Okay, I think we can all take credit in this one. This is a victory for us. Gautam Adani just became the 4th richest person, surpassed Bill Gates. Do you also?
So should it call for a World Cup level celebration in your mind? Or PT Usha bronze, or you know, she didn't get the bronze. She got 4th place. Who got 4th place recently in the last Olympics? We had one. Oh, the hockey team.
Hockey team.
Oh, girls hockey.
Girls hockey
You
team.
and I follow
You
the
and I
girls
follow,
hockey team.
yes.
And not because of their skirts and clothing and all that. Don't you get sexist with me?
Correct.
Right.
But he's the 4th richest person.
But where's the celebration? I don't see these two girls saying any love.
We have to. I mean, for a second, we have to consider whether we are celebrating him being the richest or whether we are celebrating the inequality in this country. You know.
That we're okay with now.
Okay,
It's too
all right.
late.
That's cool then.
Yeah.
Then we can
What
move on.
can you do? You know.
Do you use Adani electricity?
I don't know. He hasn't told me.
But like, do you? What's the electricity you get at
Bro,
your
I'm
house?
in my house. I'm the only one who doesn't know what's going on. All I do is say, Mom, why is the light's gone. That's it.
He's not the guy that pays the bills, basically.
No, I
Someone
pay the
else.
bills. I just don't know how anything operates. It's very embarrassing, honestly, especially when vendors ask me questions thinking that I'm the male in the family. And I'm so not the male in the family. You have no idea. I'm like the last guy. Devika will understand. I'm like a third man in cricketing terms, you know. I'm fielding there. I have no idea what's going on. Devika hates cricket. When you grow up in a culture like that, you either love it or you hate it, right? So apparently she doesn't like it. You really don't like it?
More than hate is just indifference. I
Yeah.
don't care
You can't
about
take it anymore. You're bored.
It's any sport.
Why take it on other sports?
Disinterested.
That's
I
like
just
you hate
don't-
all the kids because one kid has
I
green
just
eyes.
don't like sports.
How sad.
I don't like watching.
Were you
I don't
forced
like
to watch
playing.
it as a kid though in your house?
Never.
Never?
Never.
I just, God, that was the only
I
thing that
don't
would
know
play.
how much you know about cricket, but her family is one of the blue-blooded
Yeah, I
families
know.
of Indian cricket.
Yep.
Her grandfather is a super legend. Her dad, one of the best batsmen. Okay, he's not been given his due because he's made all fantastic centuries in tough conditions abroad, which only real connoisseurs will know. And the funny part, and of course commentator, etc. And the funny part is anybody else would kill for this family. I would think, coming from where we come from as cricket lovers. You can ask Mr. Manohar here.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how I meet so many people and they don't love the culture as much as we love the culture from outside. It's amazing.
I also
offensive?
think it would be a little weird if I was like,
I'm his biggest fan.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't. There are.
I don't
My
know.
family's
There
the
are-
best.
You like ask him for an autograph on his
Like,
poster.
well,
You're like, I
like,
can
it's
have it
so
in my
great.
room.
Imagine Devika coming here and being like, I'm so sorry for the rest of you.
Yeah. What did your grandpa do?
Yeah, no.
Oh God!
No.
What is my grandpa's name? Just Google.
Wait, was that a
No, don't kill.
No, that
Ours
was
is
a mosquito.
Ours is a chain show. We don't kill anyone. No, we don't kill.
Okay.
So if you, now
Talking
just
about mosquitoes-
pretend to let it go, even if you have killed.
I'll let it go.
Oh, there you go.
Whoa.
Was that big, huh?
Yeah,
Segue.
it was big.
Next topic.
I mean, this organically just reminds me of how recently in an investigation,
Yeah.
a burglar was found out
Right.
by using dead mosquitoes. So non-Jain household, we know.
We're all happy with the organically forced segue. So we don't listen to the subject. No one cares about the subject now.
Like I was working on this show, I was only
You
working on
were working. You were working less on this show than on your own show. And you know you don't work on that also. So come on.
Hey,
Yeah.
that I work
You
on.
do work on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, our show, that didn't fall through. That's why I don't work on that.
Our show's a work in progress, bro.
It's a work in
Ours is like the
progress.
Maharashtra government. We just don't know what's happening. Okay, just give us some time. So what is the point?
The point is that this happened. This is where we are, where mosquitoes are also being used in investigations. And dead mosquito, like a burglar came. I think it was the same burglar who's my keymaker. We don't know yet. He came, he robbed the place, he went away.
Sounds like Caesar.
He stayed in the house. I read this article. He like ate their food,
good, I
slept
didn't.
in their
Yeah,
bed,
that's good.
and everything.
You make a much better co-host. Carry on. It's so interesting.
And then he left. But these guys came to the place and they saw the house was newly painted, but there were 2 mosquitoes that were dead on the wall. So they took the blood from the mosquito and found this guy's DNA and caught him.
So female mosquitoes, because they only bite. The
Yeah,
male mosquitoes useless.
basically.
Male mosquitoes like me. You know, honestly, can do nothing. The females are damn tough. So they got it. The mosquito is the key.
Mosquito is the key that's
Wow.
broken sometimes.
Yeah,
but
okay.
yeah.
I thought you told that. Yeah. But you know, so be very careful what pets you keep at home. Also, I suppose that's the moral of the story.
You think you have dogs as pets, right? Pets, right?
Yeah, a little bigger than mosquitoes. Yeah.
But you think you
cheaper
can-
option would have been the mosquito. Now I regret it.
You think if you come across a mosquito that has just the best personality, you know, that like is always playing with you, you
See,
think
I'll tell you my problem. It's like racism. I don't like selective loving in insects. Okay, why should you hate the cockroach and the mosquito only? You know, I don't get that. And then you're okay with the butterfly.
Right.
I feel it's like racism.
Because it
I know it's
doesn't
not
bite
racism.
you.
It's just it looks nice.
But that's racism.
It also doesn't bite you, no? The butterfly.
Doesn't bite you.
But if
It
it
minds
bites you
its
also,
own
you won't
business.
say anything. It's so sweet.
This is true.
Yeah.
It dies quickly.
It dies quickly?
Oh, butterflies have a very short lifespan.
Isn't that a dragonfly?
No, even butterflies. Butterflies
Are they
also
cousins?
have a short
Dragonflies are the ugly
Dragonfly
butterfly.
has
you know?
Shorter than cockroaches. Cockroaches live forever, and they can escape a nuclear,
That we heard that.
explosion.
But
so.
not that we can test it. I want to test it. How do you test it?
So basically, if you don't live long, you will be a loved person. Don't live.
I like the cockroach. In fact, they used to call me Broach the Cockroach because it rhymes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a big cockroach fan.
Do you have your cuddle?
Unbreakable.
cuddle
But
with
why?
a
Just because you
cockroach?
think they're hideous. They're not hideous.
What about tarantulas? Have you held a
No, but
spider
that
in
could
your
kill
hands?
me. So then, like we had a cobra on the property on the weekend, ultimately, My wife, I got so scared for the dogs and all, but my wife said, no, nature and all that. So you got to let everything go. So the cobra is allowed to live. But I'm scared.
I want to ask each one of you, when you come across a mosquito, a bug, what's your reaction? What are you
I
thinking?
named
What
the
happens?
racket.
Oh,
Oh, but I just said you don't like sports, but you play mosquito net.
I'm great at it.
You're very good.
I am amazing.
She has
at
an
it,
average
guys.
of 55 actually.
Yeah.
Five-time
It's very
Prabhadevi
impressive.
Wimbledon champion.
I'm amazing.
Devika Manjrekar. From Manjrekar line, yaar. There you go.
And it's not just mosquitoes, they are easy to kill. I kill flies also.
What do you kill
No,
flies?
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
buy this.
that was
I
a
don't
thing,
believe it.
wasn't it? I used
I
to.
promise.
No.
No,
I
people used to count the flies they killed. She's right.
I
Now
used
we're going
to
to hear the story.
capture flies.
Horrible, brutal story from her.
Yeah.
Go on.
I used to suffocate flies when I was a
Oh
child.
my god.
I mean, they used to get stuck. Oh,
Shreyas,
Shreyas is disgusted
What kind of
by
women are
this. I'm
these?
sorry.
So violent and ruthless. I was thinking Genghis Khan, Kim Jong-un, all these names come to mind. What's going on?
I used to trap them
I
behind a
suffocate
curtain and
flies, she
suffocate
says.
them.
This delicate young girl who you thought was the most
Oh my
radiant
God.
and sweet and loving person is a murderous, unbelievable. I mean, and then look at the
I was a
cruelty
terrible
involved.
child.
You strangled a fly to
I
death.
used to love animals and insects.
You can't have
No,
animals
you
and
don't.
strangle
So I
them.
used to just like kill them because
Oh
I thought
my
that
god,
was
you're an
just
animal
my...
serial killer.
Yes,
You're basically
yes.
a serial killer.
When I was 7, I stopped doing it.
That
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
matter.
Yeah,
I
how
just
many
like-
flies are dead on her watch?
This
It's
is
a genocide.
No
you
donuts
committed
for
a
you.
genocide.
I'm sorry, but I had
Name
to
no
reveal my
donuts for
dark
me.
past.
Yeah, your
no,
donuts are
I know.
cancelled.
I need the donuts.
All this because
I have a
that,
really cute story about donuts. When I moved to
Did you
Coimbatore in the
kill
year
it?
2000, there was a bakery near my house. It was really famous, all right? It was called Home Bakers. And we went there and we asked for donuts. And they said they didn't have any, but they asked us, would you like order donuts? And they had this idea, like, a year later, not even a year later, 6 months later, they opened a shop called Doughnut.
Oh.
And is it a coincidence? Is it because of us? Maybe.
So then,
but there was a
did you
whole
ask them?
store. Yeah, we wanted to. We wanted to be like, hey, can we like
but maybe others also
get
did.
a stake in this place you opened because of us?
But the sad part of the story is then she'd go and kill all the flies inside because there's
Yeah. Because sweets they love
It's
donuts.
amazing. Can you imagine these two girls? Cockroach, kill, fly,
Oh my
kill.
God.
Butterfly.
Are you telling me you guys never had a phase where you tortured insects at
No,
some
I
point?
never tortured any.
way.
I have never heard
No, I
animals
didn't
except the
torture
fact
them,
that we
just
eat one.
kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I've heard of people use a magnifying glass and burn ants.
Oh, come on. I mean, that's psychotic.
I use this only to read palms. It's never been used for any violence.
Shreyas,
It's
you're the
only,
worst.
Well, the other end you use to do dirty things.
I mean, like clean my remote.
I don't think so. Ask the guy who's stuck in the room. Okay, are we taking it?
Actually, that was one of the topics, so that was good.
But it's 10:38. What happened to the break?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's time. It's time, friends. It's time for the break. So give it up for the break.
Listen,
Prepare
listen,
yourself.
let's not be
man.
so positive. Instead of friends, let's say friend. Friend? Yeah, but I don't know who's there. You know, friend, we should be okay. Should make that number. So here's the break. Break. There we go. Oh, of course we were ready.
Yes.
We were testing the audience.
I'm
the audience
glad
was
the
ready.
audience
And the audience was not
was
ready.
bitching about
Yeah,
them. Yes.
unbelievable. Grim Fandango says bored people ask for topics. I think that's a great point. So we should never do
Okay, quick question. If you could design your own kidnapping, what's your ransom? What's your worth?
that. My problem is because of Parsi background is that we don't accept cash. So my big problem is it'll have to be white, and then white in what form, because we don't do that Paytm. So now it's a whole deal about check, because we like check. But who's in Mark 2? Which bank are you going to? Which branch? How will you collect
Are
it?
you serious?
Yeah. So my problem is it's all logistical issues more than the amount per se.
Wait, why don't you do cash?
Demonetization, but even before that, we never had access to cash. My father said he did nothing illegal in his life. This from a man who put his finger in his nose while talking. Yeah.
That's
What about
legal.
white cash?
What are you racist about money now?
No, like
What's white cash? What's white cash?
like
The
it's
cash that's not black.
That's
Oh, you mean clean money that you can
Yeah.
pull out? Yeah. But that's a whole process that you have to walk somewhere and get it done and all. I mean, they're old people.
Okay,
in my house.
regardless of these factors, what are you worth?
I can't charge more than. Who's going to pay for me? Can you name one person say, I want this guy back?
We'll crowdfund.
You will crowdfund.
For sure.
The moment you go, you'll do 15 minutes of he died sportingly. Then you'll talk about flies that she choked to death. No one's going to remember me 5 minutes later. I'll stop at 501. One for luck.
501.
I'll keep it low. There's no point. Even the kidnapper will think, this
Yeah.
is not the market. You
Yeah.
have to get someone else.
I think you're worth more. I'll
It's
just
not
say
worth
that.
more. How much do people care about you in
I
the
think
family?
people will
My wife will be, please keep him. What are you saying? My mother will say, at last, 50 pe ghar se nikla. Finally.
Your mom arranged the kidnapping, actually. That's what we'll find out.
I think so. Plus she gets $500.
What about you?
Let's move on.
I don't know, man. I'm priceless.
Yes. Now we are. So you want to be kidnapped. You don't want to come back.
No, but remember, as a piece of commerce, who's going to pay for you? So let's say mom, dad, or something. So the family, I'm presuming. Is there a boyfriend?
No.
Okay, so let's go with the family. How much will they pay? Think that way, not how much you're worth to you.
Dude, my family is so pavam. I wouldn't put that on
Same
them.
problem.
Yeah.
You're not getting any...
I wouldn't put that on my family. I'd be like, hey, let me just stay over here. Like, I'm sure.
Because your family food sucks.
Yeah.
You prefer kidnappers. They'll order from Devika's restaurant. Just tell them.
I'd be like,
cheer me
I'm
up with a
sorry, you
donut."
kidnapped the wrong person.
Okay.
I'm thinking 10 lakhs-ish.
10 lakhs.
वो बहुत कम है यार Devika. You're
Serious?
a restaurant,
Yeah.
you're a chef.
At least whatever.
No, I'm saying if that's the max I would want my family to pay.
10 lakhs and a bat autographed by Sanjay Manjrekar. I think that's...
Sure.
No, they'll want more once they go Manjrekar. They'll have to attend 2 parties. Chief guests, all that. Come to school once and impress the kids and all that nonsense. Bro, come on. This is going to be
right.
costly in
You're right.
intangible ways.
You're right.
Yeah. What about yourself, master?
I would give the keys to my house. To whoever.
The house
that would be the
because they can't
ransom.
open it, so it means
because it's
nothing.
already open, so they don't even need it. That's why I was kidnapped.
Wow,
also.
you're so intelligent. Super.
But this is to talk about a US woman recently who.
Oh, it's a setup for
it's a setup. It's a
15 minutes we wasted, and
segue.
now we're getting to the topic.
The segue is longer than the topic.
Remember
Remember
I said more people want topics.
A US woman faked her own kidnapping. She came here. She was dating a Nigerian national. They were living together. Everything was fine. She ran out of money. And of course, the natural step after that is tell your parents that, hey, I've been kidnapped. I need money. They reached out
and
to
been in
embassy.
an abusive
No, so she-
relationship and things.
Wait, was it?
Something like that.
But
yeah.
then she had to create some account or something for them to correspond with, right?
So she said that she was being hit. She was being
Abused,
She was being
physically.
abused by someone.
No, so
and
she herself is
she's saying
corresponding.
she herself is calling. She video
How
called.
do you- but that's not kidnapping. That's self-napping.
That's what there were some loopholes. Like I think she could have executed it better.
But that's why she got caught, because it was so bad.
Yeah, because
You can't kidnap yourself. I mean, how do you do that?
she just chilled in the
Exactly.
room with her boyfriend and she FaceTime being like, oh, someone's coming. Yeah, please send me money. Bye.
Oh, that way.
And then
So her production value is
Why
exactly
didn't
the
she
same
just-
as the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why
to
did
be
she just
clear.
ask them for money?
That's a very good question. None of the articles address that. I
They-
think probably that wasn't an option, or they had said that this is it.
But then
We
she,
can't.
A spoiled brat kid
I'm disappointed.
came over here. Yeah.
One second.
It's very
Devika, what
weird.
kind of question is, why do you ask your parents? I don't know about your parents, but me, my father used to do this whole act. You ask him for money ever and he does a search. And it's never there. You know, the legacy continues. I also do it. But you got to act like you're interested in giving the money. You should never be like, no. So I was like, and then like there's nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You know, talking about dads, a UK dog recently became.
This guy is too good, huh? This is a very special talent. Very special talent. And it's about a dog, not a dad, but you'll figure out the
No,
segue.
a UK dog becomes foster dad
Oh.
to 15 orphaned ducklings.
Oh, that was very
So
cute.
sweet.
There was a
Did
video
you
and
strangle
everything.
ducklings growing up?
I did. I love ducklings. They're cute.
You didn't
know
kill
what?
any.
So you would have strangled.
Flies, on the other hand, not so cute.
Niveditha, I'll be honest, whenever you talk about loving animals, I just don't trust a single word of
Neither
it
do
now.
I. And I have the
That's
visual of
true.
that fly being murdered in cold
I didn't
blood.
murder the fly though. They always live.
On the streets of Coimbatore,
That's
there's so many
worse, you're
dead
torturing
flies.
them.
I just trapped them.
She
and then they would go
suffocated them.
zzz, and then I liked
Oh my
that.
God, look at how she's smiling. She's
She watched
laughing.
them die slowly after trapping them. And she
said,
played
"I
music.
liked
She did like an item number
I
outside
know,
the
as a
bottle
kid, I
where they
thought
were
that was
dying.
really fun.
It was a Holocaust.
It
I think
wasn't-
that's what let's call it what it
It
is.
was
You're right.
just
It's
one
genocide assault.
fly.
Oh my God.
Not one fly. There were many flies. Really. Oof. I can't. Just take a moment, people. And pause and
I think that's why
reflect
you're
about your lives.
overcompensating, being like, oh, that's so cute. Wow, this dog.
Oh, but there
Love
was a
animals.
video of this dog just sitting there and all the ducklings on it. It was on.
Like
they were all
suckling?
on the dog. It
The
looked
duckling
like.
was suckling. Get
By
it?
the way, I saw this thing and it was 3 years old or something.
No, one sec. The
This
video is 3 years
video,
old. The
yeah.
ducklings are 3 years old, but then they're ducks.
I mean, now they would have grown up.
That's
Yeah,
a very good
it's
point.
very
They were
confusing.
ducklings 3 years
Let's
ago.
stick to flies. We don't seem to know the other animals properly. Yeah.
Do you think the ducklings or the ducks, we don't know the
But
exact
I've
what
seen
it is.
even more strange maternal instinct thingies. You know, a
Your
lioness
mom
with
liking you?
Yeah, that too. There, lioness, exactly. I've seen lioness and a deer, for example.
Really?
Yeah. proper predator taking, and it happens. The maternal instinct kicks in. When I was younger with the elderly women, the MILFs, so to speak, that was my approach. I would act like a very, vulnerable, nubile kind of thing. And, some elderly woman would look at me and say, oh, whatever. Of course, it didn't really work out from my perspective because I was just kept in a house and fed.
Right.
So we had different fantasies. Sadly.
But did you ever come across an elderly woman that you were like, this is actually the woman I want to marry?
I married her, Aisha. 76 tomorrow. Sweet lady, I tell you. Shaves her legs. But not in public. So we have some respect for, each other that way. Yeah. Well, not yet. I mean, who knows if this act doesn't work out. We'll have to do things like that.
Since you're talking about animals, predators,
I know. She killed the flies.
she killed it.
No, but you haven't heard these stories about the predators who take in the herbivorous sort of animals who they attack.
Yeah.
It's happened many times.
And then eat them on their own.
They don't eat them. They have a relationship. This killing them.
I don't know.
Killing at the end is your story.
These people that keep saying, "Oh, I raised a tiger," and then the tiger grows up, and they're like, "You better let the tiger go because it'll eat you when it's hungry."
Jackie Shroff raised the tiger. That's a different story.
Did he have a tiger? Is that legal in India to own?
It is for
I
him.
don't think it is.
I don't think it's
Jackie Shroff is
legal.
allowed. Nobody objects.
I don't get the
question
joke. Can you explain it more? I don't get it.
Guys, y'all are not getting this.
If you can explain it out more, that would be great. It's like a triple layer, triple iron.
I'm too old for comedy. I'll just take it as a sign.
I got it only when she said, "Are you not getting this?" I was like, "Oh, I get it."
But I get where you are coming from because when you do a joke and it doesn't land, in your head it's just like, oh, people didn't get it. Let me repeat it. They didn't hear it.
I speak with intelligent. I don't bother with the rest.
You're right. You're right.
We are the Brahmins
of the
Brahmins of comedy. We don't want quantity.
I feel bad now that I got it.
All right, where were we, bro? Animals you're talking about.
Okay, no, I want to talk about something very disturbing.
You can't segue from. Let's see if we can
doesn't know how
segue.
to
Let's give a
segue.
word. Now, poltergeist. Now, segue.
Ghosts of...
Jamboree. Segue.
I didn't give me one though.
Okay, whatever.
I have some bad news actually. Poltergeists of cheetahs.
What's poltergeist?
Poltergeists.
Is it poltergeist or poltergeist?
Guys.
Poltergeists.
And now you're spitting on me.
Oh my God, that whole mic is wet now.
How sweetly Devika corrected him also. She wasn't arrogant about it. She could have said idiot and all that. No.
I think that was in the tone.
And you purposely said poltergeist to make me look bad as a poltergeist, right? So that's like a reverse Burglar, brother. And then now you've lost. What are we going to do?
But I want to talk about something disturbing first of all. Niveditha recently I told her that...
One sec, they're having a chat about knee joint or shoulder joint. They don't even listen to us anymore. Himisha's asking somebody with some injury and all that. What's going
We're
on?
not the only ones who zone out. Even they zone out.
Vivek Bhartwal is saying Tiger Shroff Shreyas, you idiot. Okay. Finish your point, please.
What's the story?
I was hanging out with
Story.
Niveditha. We were at an open mic and I was telling her how these animals are getting endangered and she was celebrating.
Parsis.
Now you guys will just say anything.
What?
But
Flies and Parsis. Flies because of
And I brought up this topic. I told her that how India is said to be the next home for cheetahs now. 70 years
They've
after.
reintroduced them.
They've reintroduced them. And she was bitter about it. She was like, why? It was great when they were dying, when they were extinct. So,
I don't know what this is about, but I really like cheetahs. I've seen them in person. I've
Are you
gone
anti-cheetah?
a safari in Masai Mara and I've seen a cheetah
Yeah.
chase a gazelle with my own eyes, and I still remember.
wow.
So I'm just saying I'm better than all of you.
Yeah.
If you haven't
I'm
watched
faster than a cheetah.
a cheetah chase a gazelle.
But was that life altering? Seeing a cheetah run, like seeing an animal
Oh yeah,
gain that
I
speed?
watched The Lion King before that, and I was just like, "Oh my God, this is real! These things, everything is
The Lion
real."
King, the cartoon.
Yeah. I used to be a
But
huge
you
fan
lived in
of
the
the
Masai
movie.
Mara area and you watched the Lion King to understand. I mean, okay, just to...
I'd watched The Lion King before I ever went on a safari. So
Hakuna Matata me. Okay.
anyway,
so,
but
yeah.
what are they going to do in India? Did we have cheetahs in India
Of
before?
course, the Asiatic cheetah, and now they've reintroduced the bloodline from the African cheetah, was slightly bigger apparently. But the problem is that the cheetah is a predator, all the other predators kill. Should be very careful because if there are leopards there, they'll kill them. If there are hyenas there, they'll kill them. If there are wolves there, they'll kill them as a pack. Wild dogs, they'll kill them.
But where are they going to
Tiger-
put the cheetahs in India?
I want one in my house. I thought I could look after cheetahs. They're very dog-like.
Don't you need grasslands for cheetahs to run and stuff? We have
We have
very
Oval Maidan.
big jungles.
Shivaji Park. Devika will pull some strings. You and your cheetah are going for a walk. I think my wife's been called worse. What the hell? She doesn't
Okay,
listen.
would you
We're
be
safe.
okay with getting a cheetah if the cheetah is definitely going to eat your dogs?
So my dad's friend Jimmy Nazir, when they were very young, had a leopard pet.
Wow.
And he used to walk the leopard on Marine Drive. And my dad, they used to really get off on this, watching people run. Now, obviously, people run, right? They go walking normally, and a guy with a lead and a leopard.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and it's a little leopard, but friendly leopard because it's sort of tame and all that.
You know, there are a lot of leopards here in Mumbai. Like my
No, those
sister
are
lives
friendly.
in the
Those are hungry
IIT
leopards
campus.
who are desperate for food and they kill the dogs and sometimes people.
Yeah.
So your sister had seen one live?
There are a lot of sightings in the IIT campus in Mumbai.
This is not the Lions Club Matunga people. Huh? This is actual leopards.
Yeah.
Because, you know, those are different. I know a lion and then it's the Lions Club Matunga and it's not the same guy completely.
All right, then.
Wait, can I
But
share?
can I tell you my David? So we had a producer who's quite well known in MTV. David, I should take his name. David Polycarp, lovely guy actually.
Yeah.
And so we were shooting after 7, Film City, and you've been warned after 7 because at that time when the light breaks is when you have to be careful. That's when they start coming out. So 6:45, 7, they were told us you're shooting outdoors. You pack up and stop then. So somebody objected. The light boy, one of the light boys told him, sir, ki abhi 7 baj gaya, dangerous hai and all. And he said, rubbish. It's an honor to die by a leopard.
That's
He actually said this. And then we had to there's a little revolt happening with the lower echelons of the film crew. Like, we are not paid enough to die by that leopard. Those two overpaid actors, you can let them die. Yeah.
It is a natural death.
No. They attack from
Killed by a
behind.
leopard.
They're worse than humans in that sense. They never attack from the front, so you don't know what's happening. Leopards always attack from behind.
Yeah, because it's like getting their prey. You'll run if you see them.
That's why I like the tiger. Tiger can come from the front and kill you. Of course, by the time you see the tiger, you're dead anyway. Not really going to... What martial arts will I try here?
It's insane the kind of disparity there is amongst the cats, where the big cats are living lives where they attack you from the back, while the cats on Earth, there are AI litter boxes for them currently.
Oh!
Yeah, there are litter
Segue.
boxes that are AI operated for the cats around here.
I feel shame. I only feel shame. I feel like you're my cousin who I can't now have to take out in society and explain to everyone, please khana khilao. Please.
I'm telling you, I only worked on the segues. I got up at 5 a.m. I was like, segue.
Yeah, because
Didn't
I
even
read
read
the
the
story.
news articles.
And apparently
I
it
know,
was
but
litter box.
you elaborated every story more correctly. Every single one. He's done the first 2 lines and you've taken over. It's just ridiculous. I don't know.
Apparently, if your cat poops in it, it'll tell you if the cat is well or not. So sometimes it'll give you an alert, like 18 notifications. Somebody got once apparently, and then they took the cat to the vet and it had a
How come you don't do this
UTI,
for humans?
life-saving.
No one thought-
Exactly what I was about to say. They did
It's a
not
good
think
point.
once that we would need something
Yeah,
like this.
Because a vet is cheaper than a doctor, because our doctors make you do tests. I don't know if you guys have elderly relatives. You just lose all your money in tests and then they have inconclusive, so you do the tests again. So you just keep doing tests. That whole thing until the person dies. This test, dead. Next relative, test, dead. I'm telling you, and there's no more communication. I've given up.
Damn.
Anybody sick in my family, we keep them in a room, we put a light on, and we feed them doughnuts. You killed and dragged on top of a tree. What an honorable death. Hail the leopard. David Polycarp actually said that's one of my funniest stories.
That's great.
We asked him later, to drive back. He said, boss, it's like a class thing. You can't suggest like an elite person that, hey, you poor up section, it's an honor to die. They're like, screw this. Some stupid, absurd MTV crappy half comedy shoot with some ugly male VJs. And for God's sake, the poor Jairam is standing there being mauled by a leopard for this. What do we say in the obituary? He died for India. No, he died for freaking MTV's crappy desi Indian version product with Hello Friends actors. It was a pointless thing, really. Now we have.
Should we go to the AMAs?
I'm just reading the funny comments, from all these people. Niveditha, I think I will vote for a real doctor. Munna Bhai, says Grim Fandango. Silvery and Abbas Wow are the best.
Hey, ban this
So
person.
Girish is a regular and he's a real guy. He's a vet
Wow.
himself. We know a lot about him. So this is not a Abbas setup or a Silvery setup, which we could have used initially.
Correct.
So these two guys are he's rooting for these two guys over you.
That's good. I root for them also.
I root for you.
Thank you.
I think you're much more panache and Ilan, much more fun. You smile more. Abbas is not smiled even once. It's been 11 years. And this is not about the Hindu Raj that we have in the country.
Wait, before we go to AMAs, quickly I want to tell tell about the Nagpur Zoo. Okay, in Nagpur there's a quick. It'll take 30 seconds.
It's like if you're already drowning, you continue to swim. Come
No,
on.
you embrace the drowning and
Okay, go ahead. It's your show.
There's a show called there's not a show. I'm sorry, what am I saying? There's a zoo called Maharaj Bagh Zoo in Nagpur, which
Is this a takeoff on Maharani Bagh?
no, it's just called Maharaj Bagh Zoo. It's also the stoner spot for people, the parking zone. That doesn't matter.
Why would you know that?
I don't know that. When I go to the zoo, I just cross it on the way.
Right.
Sometimes.
Python, that side, ma'am.
No, my family watches this. But
Family
Maharaj
watches the show?
Yeah.
Now you tell me.
Now,
After
we
we
don't have
discuss
time.
all these things.
We don't have time. Maharaj Bagh Zoo by Maneka Gandhi has been called the worst zoo in the country. She did a press conference.
Number
in
one
Nagpur.
worst zoo.
Number one worst zoo in the country, and the reason
Is it an honor then?
it's an honor. It's
an honor,
absolutely
yeah.
an honor. And the reason for that being that while she was there, an owl was rescued, and the authorities to revive the owl fed the owl chapati, and the owl died.
Okay, so what you're saying is that this is not going to Hindutva slide. It's going that way, aren't you? This is a vegetarian food for the predator, and then that's why the predator died. Is that
It's a
your
good
point?
angle. I wasn't
That's
thinking
your
that,
angle,
but that's
your
good.
anti-right
That's-
angle. I know where you're going with all this. Why was the oxtail given? Where was the oxtail in Nagpur?
Braised.
Open a branch now. Devika, what are you doing? Save the owl. But is this true?
It's true.
It's a
You
really
can
sad
look
story.
it up. Yeah.
Because some animals, like for example, dogs can't have chocolates. They can't digest chocolates.
Yeah.
You have to be very careful. So
That
with,
is true.
With predators, they'll have even more, sensitive sort of digestive
But that's
systems.
weird that zoo authorities did not know what to feed
It's
an
very
owl.
chapati.
1 second, it's not zoo, it's a Jew.
Okay, should we go to the AMAs now?
But was any action taken against the owl killers?
I mean, the owl
But it's
died,
ignorance.
so it was
It's ignorance. It's not really a crime to that extent.
right.
It's not
I don't
like
think there was malice there.
no.
Yeah.
Malice is our show. Elsewhere, it's all good. Yeah. How sad.
It's just like, oops, kill
But
an owl by
have you ever
mistake.
had a bird of prey on your hand? Because I had.
I have.
Isn't it
how
scary?
was it?
Yeah.
Did you have a glove on?
No,
But
they-
it-
Yeah.
It's just
Glove and
super
glove.
heavy. Like I didn't imagine
Falcon?
it to be that heavy.
Aren't the
Why
Hawk?
can't I- No, it was an owl only.
Owl.
Yeah.
But they give you that
Wow.
thing, the hand
That
thingy.
glove.
And then they give you glasses, no?
Yeah.
To protect
so that they
your
don't
eyes.
poke you in the eye.
Yeah.
I
It's
fed
very
an
unlikely, but
ostrich,
if
but
they
you
do.
can't hold an ostrich on your hand.
Or if you can, then you're basically Rolly Winkler, the guy with the biggest arms in the business.
Oh, they're so
Yeah.
scary, ostriches.
They're very aggressive.
Oh, they're
no?
so aggressive.
But they work together.
But they're so fun.
they're like early
they like
McCartney
chase
and,
you and
Lennon.
things.
Have you
Wow.
fed a giraffe?
I have fed a giraffe.
With the long...
Yeah, it puts its sticky tongue out,
Gross,
and then you
yeah.
have to put the snack on its tongue. Very gross, but very fun.
And did you
Love
poison?
giraffes.
Did you poison the
Sounds
giraffe?
like a
No,
date.
I like beautiful animals.
Oh my god!
Anything big she likes. That's what I'm getting that. The smaller, the like, I'm not interested. Yeah.
The ones that annoy me, cockroaches. I had a leech in my house recently because there's a monsoons in Mumbai, and
shit.
somebody told me just put salt on it. Yeah, but it was in my
That's-
house.
that's scary.
I bet it was some friend of mine that brought the leech in.
Wait, are you calling the friend the leech?
No. The friend
the
is a
friend
cheapo.
brought-
This
Yeah,
is
the
idea of a
friend
pet.
came in the
The leech
rain.
just stays there. It doesn't do anything.
Just dropped a leech in
Slowly,
my house.
Raju,
and
fetch the
walked
ball.
out.
Raju, fetch the ball. Guy's going mad.
So did you put salt on it?
I did put salt on it and I watched it crumble. I just,
As a chef,
all my
what else
childhood
do you think she
memories
could
came
put
back.
on?
1 minute, look at this woman. We're going to get outraged on the internet. First, now
Sorry, but it
Devika,
was-
stop.
I
She's
did not
already reached
expect
leeches.
that.
Next is like, I don't know, cats or something are coming up now. We
It's
need to be very
like,
careful.
they told me that, you can watch the leech just die in
No,
front of
who
your eyes.
cares?
Oh my god!
This is a comedian.
It genuinely makes her smile when she talks about killing
know.
animals. Her heart smiles.
Only the ugly ones.
Oh my god! It's worse. That's worse.
Wow, it's all about aesthetics for her. She sounds like, what is that guy in Europe who wanted to remove races and all that?
Oh my god.
Okay, let's move on.
I'm scared to go back in the auto with you. You might kill me. I don't think I look the
would
best
never go in
today.
an auto with you.
Shavik and Grim are having a conversation because they think we are jokers and don't involve us now. Grim, it's Sanjay Gandhi National Park in Borivali. The guy at the counter dressed up as a lion in a lion costume and sleeps in the cage. That you'll find funny. I made 12 jokes before that, nobody laughed. This fucking stupid comment.
On this episode of the listeners are funnier than the comedians on the
Well,
podcast.
because one of the panels is a mass murderer. Killing everything. Using all kinds of instruments.
I mean,
Suffocation,
everybody
salt.
has used Lakshman Rekha on ants before and watched the genocide happen.
You've done that too, putting that circle of poison?
Oh, so many times. In villages, you don't
You
have
I'm
to
scared. I'm actually scared. I thought I did.
You wanted to
I thought I
You
did.
want her to reintroduce cheetahs into our motherland? Why? I don't know. This is a scary, scary person. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Board Brocha. I'm so bored. I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
Let's go to AMAs. First one, is Niveditha going to jail? No, sorry, that's not an AMA. First one, AMA for Devika. Why Devika?
She's going to PETA jail.
It's true. Why does she make all Devika, why do you make all desserts and breads in limited quantity?
What?
It's we are doing the AMAs now. The AMAs is
I
section.
know, but I don't understand.
You can refuse to answer the question. You can also
Just say it again.
Or say it's wrong.
Why
Say it's not true.
Why do you make all desserts and breads in limited quantity?
What do you mean by that?
Like I should.
It
Like,
runs
it's
out.
not my
Like
question.
it runs out
No,
when
it
this
runs out.
person's
As in
trying
you
to
make
buy it.
10 cups of something and they don't have any more, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you're talking about the size of the dessert.
No,
It's two different things.
No, they mean the quantity.
Yeah, they mean the quantity.
Basically, it takes like a day to make the donuts because they proof overnight. So once we make a certain quantity and they run out, it takes another day to make
Devika,
a new
whenever
batch.
it's something critical, you become we, and whenever it's something good, you become you. I like that quality a lot. Now we have to, figure out how to sell the product here, but yeah, it's all
So
good.
that's why.
Shavik and Hamisha flirting in behind my back here. Just having their own. I feel redundant. This whole podcast is they just keep it on so that electricity is being consumed, and they're all having fun talking to each other. We are nothing. Thanks to your flies. Once you kill the flies, it was downhill from there. Yeah.
This is a question for
Girish says I don't treat leeches because he's just joined you in killing. He's a vet. Who joined you talking about killing animals
no,
in a way.
he's a vet.
He's got a lot of criticism for that. I don't want to rewind and tell you what all transpired. But to cut a long story short, he just says I don't treat leeches. So again, selective.
selective.
You have a pet leech, you go to Girish. Girish says a dog nahi hai. Ridiculous.
Actually.
Come on.
Now, here's a question for Dr. Brocha. I don't know if you know him, but Cyrus actually is also a doctor. He's a medically certified doctor.
I am the gynaec that delivered Devika. She won't remember me. She was so young.
Here's the question. I have a bad toothache and getting a dentist appointment in the UK is not as easy as in India. So are there any home remedies from Dr. Cyrus? You have also, I'm sure because of you, people have toothache, right?
Wow.
Because of
Wow.
Just an
The
accusation out
best
of
host
nowhere.
ever. Yeah. First, you find a mildly critical question to ask her, and now you say this. Okay, let me tell you how your days are numbered as a host.
No, I'm just saying there's an epidemic where people are eating more donuts than they possibly can. So I'm sure
But
people
in a
have...
way, that may have been true of the pandemic, that you started consuming sweets and always feeling low. That was a correlation that people proved. Like we drank a lot if you could get access to alcohol. So sweets are also a thing that make you comfort food, right? So
But
did that work?
I went to the dentist only. Like I didn't do anything else.
She has money. UK or India, she can go to the dentist. This poor guy in UK, because they have to follow the health system. No, what's it called?
I know cloves.
NHS.
Biting into
NHS.
cloves helps for sure.
Like the leech, huh? Put some salt and watch it die. Huh? How do you live with yourself?
I mean, it's really easy. I don't.
Somebody help him. He's got his NHS where he has to pay insurance, which is unbelievably high. So how do we get him a dentist in wink wink? Does anyone have an uncle in UK who can help?
No.
It's gonna
No.
be-
No. What about?
I think
someone will have to email him. Send us your email.
I think one option is let your teeth go and then get fake teeth.
I got the solution. Abbas is a 1-year dentist
That was
from a
so
family of
loud.
dentists. It's a 4-year course. He's done 1 or 2 years. He's done 2 years.
Yeah,
Actually.
Yeah, he is.
So
Yeah.
he should be able to pull out a tooth. Maybe not put it back because 2 years he's done, 2 years he's not done.
Pull out he can do.
Yeah, he can. And he gives you service with a smile, which you'll never know because we cover his face when he's working.
Yeah.
So let's tell whoever it was, I've lost the link.
Rohit Atre.
Rohit's a regular as well, that if he comes here, Abbas will take care of it. And actually Abbas can because his
But if
father
he
has a
comes
clinic.
here, he'll go to an actual dentist.
No, but the actual dentist.
a good
Yeah.
point.
Don't diss poor Abbas.
Sorry.
You're judging my looks.
Sorry.
He's an actual dentist with fat fingers, but his dad and his family are dentists, so they have a clinic and all that. So we can, via Abbas, get him done. We'll get a good deal. I'm sure we can get a good. Abbas is a generous man. It'll be
I
done.
actually think we should fly Abbas to the UK, to Rohit. IVM should.
One way?
One way.
Yeah, because Silvery will pay him.
No, I think he'll pay to keep him there. He'll let you
Exactly.
stay.
Keith says, Keith, you'll get mentioned, says Hamisha, so we didn't mention Keith. Now we have. You'll get mentioned, don't lose hope, but we don't know in what context. So
You just
Hamisha, if you can
mentioned
quickly
it.
type and mention why Keith, then we can get to that. Huh.
Devika, do you have donut holes in your cafe or just
Okay,
donuts?
What? Yes, what are you? You want to get us cancelled?
I'm reading.
Everything you say is wrong. First you kill animals left, right and center, and now you just... What are you saying?
I'm reading the questions that a question
I
that Girish
understand.
How
Patil
can
has.
you read only the
understand.
ones which are strange?
I
I'm reading the questions. Not all of them are strange.
You go to the start section. There's a start section where the
Tell me the truth. You saw the word holes and donut and you said, this is my story. I cannot let it go.
You're right.
You would call her all day on the phone and ask, I want an answer.
I do understand the question.
Okay.
So yes, we do, but not all the time. Sometimes.
What's the story? Not take
So
it
basically,
further,
when
but
you make a donut, you take the hole out, and
Correct.
then you just make the hole into another donut. Like
Sweet. I didn't know they did this actually.
wow.
yeah,
You learn
This
something
sounds like
every
a
day.
business I could get into.
they're
You don't waste anything.
they're like bite size.
We all judged Girish without knowing
Yeah.
this technicality.
Yes, obviously he's a vet and a sweet lover, but not a leech lover because he doesn't treat leeches. He's very clear about it. Keith B, thanks guys. Now I feel loved, loud, or something like that. But I still don't know what Keith's initial thing was. But I suppose he just wanted to be mentioned, which is really low even for our show. I mean, come on. Oh, he's got it. Talk guys. Now I feel loved. No, what? Okay, gals. No displayed for comments. No appreciation. Sadly. Sad life. I thought it was F something. Ta. Oh, so Keith was feeling left out basically.
And he said guys, that was GAIS.
That's cool. He's a cool guy. Wow,
guys.
that's very
You
cool.
think it's sexist? I didn't pick it up. Maybe it is. I don't know.
I know.
Keith, I'm
No,
sorry.
he
The
said
girls will
gals.
not. The girls don't reply. He obviously doesn't like girls. So Keith, fair enough.
Talking about what's
Guys.
fair and what's not, a post on
Wow!
LinkedIn.
5 बजे उठ के गया तूने.
A post on LinkedIn is going viral where a girl is asking for a donation of 22 lakhs to pursue an MBA from Harvard. She's getting
You have to
heavily...
get into Harvard. You can't just go.
No, she got into Harvard.
Oh, but she doesn't have the money to pay for the MBA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. Give her some money.
Yeah, no. But the question is, I don't see any harm. What are your views?
She's getting heavily trolled as an examples of the trolling. Like what? is she being
I mean, people are just telling her, just get an education loan.
That's
you
not
know?
trolling.
They're telling her that... No, but they're saying it in meaner ways. They're
But you don't
telling
see
her...
the meaner
I
way.
bet
It doesn't
you-
sound. It sounds like okay advice then to me.
I bet you
You
the
gotta
trolling
use-
is like, oh, I want to build a bungalow. How about you crowdfund that for me, kind of
Oh,
thing.
my
That's
mother
probably
is
what it
dying
is.
of cancer. I need 22 lakhs for an operation.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Is that
Correct.
trolling?
Things
That's
like-
just the truth. I'm sorry. Worry.
But I think the problem statement is that like people are thinking that she is privileged enough to not require
How do you
this.
know that?
I mean, that's what people are assuming.
Because she
What
has
is
a
this?
LinkedIn profile.
Because she has a LinkedIn profile, she's also...
You know, the problem with this is only rich
But I
people
don't
apply
know.
for scholarships in India. That's the big problem.
But no one's forcing them to
Exactly
pay.
what I was gonna say. Isn't it
True.
like fun? I love watching these crowdfunding things go down. Like somebody
Yeah.
starts a crowdfund, I want to see who pays because then you can start a
Rajat
crowdfund.
Kapoor, the
No one's
director,
forcing you.
for RK, the film that just released, was part of it is crowdfunded, and all the names are there in the credits.
Oh,
And
wow.
It's
Yes.
fine. It's a film. He made a film with part crowdfunding.
But that comes out to the audience. Like for her, it's just like a personal
Investing in her,
use.
correct?
Yeah,
You're
it's
investing in her.
Yeah, she's not
But she
going to
can send
give
a
you
thank you card,
anything.
Diwali greeting or whatever. She can do
Or
something.
no one can pay.
Yeah, it's just an option. Yeah, if nobody pays, nobody pays. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't deserve
Yeah,
trolling.
yeah, exactly. It doesn't.
Our committee has
But
come
it's
to
the
a decision.
internet.
She's allowed to suggest, and you're allowed to not accept it or whatever. That's all there is to it. By the way,
Yeah.
should we crowdfund the show? Yes. Talk about kidnapping
just
or
gonna
crowdfunding.
say-
How much do we like? How much could we earn if we try to crowdfund?
501 versus 10 lakhs versus...
Nothing
And I
actually.
think-
Oh my
and I
god, I
don't
can't
take
believe I said nothing.
And I don't take
Should have
cash.
said something.
Don't take cash.
Check, we'll ask for a check.
And no Paytm and all. My family doesn't trust Paytm. for
Google
some
Pay?
reason. We don't understand how to do it.
Okay. Who's checking?
Okay, this is a question for me. Shreyas, did you audition for Comic Stan 3 and your views on the latest season? I did not audition for Comic Stan
Why?
season 3. I just didn't. Next season, I will.
I mean,
Did
do
you?
you look down on the show?
No,
Is
not
that
at
why?
all.
All right,
Not at
all
all.
right.
Not
If you're on
at
this
all.
podcast, you have to look down on the show. That's the law. We've got a MOU signed by people. Did you take part?
I can't because like I don't know if I want to wait a few years before I do something like that.
You want to be like my age when you go on
No,
Comic
because
Con.
I was already on a reality show on
And
the
you
same
won.
year and I won it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't
Which
like do
one?
that again.
You told us, yeah.
Yeah.
Queens of Comedy.
You interviewed
No,
me
but which is
about
the
this
channel?
as soon as it happened
The
on
channel?
TLC, Traveling
That's pretty
Living
good.
Channel.
That's
Which
pretty
is
good.
the top comedy
But then
channel.
you shouldn't do it because you have a lot to lose. Devika, you suggest.
What? Whether I should?
No, she zoned out. That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
I zoned out. I'm sorry.
The show's so
I'm sorry.
friggin' boring.
My
I'm
views on the
sorry.
latest season, there are many funny people and they're all
It's
doing
very-
live shows.
Yeah, I love the sets. The roast episode was amazing. It was very funny.
But you know what? In the roast episode, the dynamic is so weird of the roast happening because there are these comics who are roasting judges, right? So the comics are telling judges, you are unfunny, you are unfunny.
Who are the judges?
Oh my god, yeah, that was hilarious.
Who are the
I was
judges?
like,
Kenny, Niti Palta, Zakir, and Sumukhi.
But one second, the point of the matter is that if you call them unfunny, what's the point?
Exactly. Like you're calling them unfunny and
That's
then
just
they are
sledging.
the parameter of... No, that's...
It's just like my wife saying you're bad in bed. You know, I mean, it's no big deal.
No,
you
that's
know?
the truth.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think that's...
just sledging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
What do you mean?
true?
I don't think you have slept with me.
You're right.
Please try me once, yeah. Don't judge so easily. Don't be like that owl and the roti story, yeah. It's all wrong. Going back to the judges, so they just insult them and they insult them back.
I found that dynamic very weird. Like the format itself.
But she says it was the best part of the show.
it was the best
It was
episode,
fun to
one
watch.
of the best episodes.
No, it was
yeah.
fun to watch. I'm just saying, as a viewer,
What
I
do
was
the
a little
judges say
baffled
back?
by the
Are they allowed
dynamic.
to banter back, or they just supposed to
No,
listen?
You mean
call the
dissing judges?
Okay, imagine I'm roasting you.
Yeah.
You are the judge of the roast.
After
I
1 hour of
call,
roasting me, saying imagine. Huh.
I call you unfunny. I call you bad in bed, as I imagine.
So how does this hurt my feelings? Say something new, no?
It does. It's not funny. That's the problem.
Yeah. Like in this example, it's she's a killer. She's a
You
killer.
wait one more season. She has to wait one more season. Yeah.
Wait, fuck this. The point being that
What? What a segue there. That was the best segue of all, guys.
okay, I'm telling you, you are unfunny. I'm telling you, you are unfunny. And after that, as a judge, you have to rate me on how funny I am.
So you might take it personally and give it 2.
But everyone's giving 7, 8 because they want to be like
Sound
cool and everything.
Cool, yeah.
But also,
But they can't talk back. It can't be like you heckle me, I heckle you back. Like you do on stage if somebody says something.
yeah, you can't. Like as a judge, I
But then
think you have to.
that's not fun.
That's
then
what.
it's just like a
You
monologue
gotta
of someone
just
abusing.
take it, like
You gotta just
quietly.
take
It was
it.
so awkward. These judges were just sitting there,
No,
like
there were a
nodding
couple
their
of
heads.
moments where like a judge went like this
Yeah.
during the roast and
Yeah.
then gave like 9.
Like, what do you say to Zakir? Like,
Wiped and-
Zakir, you'll be
wiped
funnier
a
in English
tear.
than Hindi. You know, I mean, I don't know. What would you say to irritate him? I'm just thinking.
Oh, they said things like they made fun of him being like the single guy and not being able to sell couple tickets at his Zakir show because he wouldn't allow that because he does this whole Sakht Londa thing.
Yeah.
Right? What is that? Is that a single man? What does
Single
Sakht
man.
mean?
I'm yeah.
Okay, that's all
How
it
do we
means.
translate that?
He's like a
This is above the
it's like
capacity
a
of my show.
hard guy. Basically.
Hardcore.
Hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Self-sustaining. A young independent man, basically.
He's the dark web
Jeez.
of comedy. He's gone there. We've lost him.
There was also one more joke that I heard got cut
I hope
out.
they did Sumuki did they do the thing about her not being the thinnest person?
Yeah.
That's so obvious.
Yeah.
That I didn't appreciate. I thought they would like
Yeah,
be a little
Correct.
more.
But I think there were some people whose roast set also was
No,
very good.
also the-
Shamik's set was
Shamik's was very
banging.
good. Yeah. You
But
had,
these
like, a
comics,
full
This is
set.
Shamik
check them
Dawar,
out.
the famous
Shamik Chakravarti.
Chakraborty.
also known as Chakravarti in Bengal. Yeah, because just to fit in. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's actually the illegitimate son of Mithun Chakravarti, but I don't think
Stop.
that's open out in the open.
Stop there.
But,
we've reached a point where they can't take it
oh,
anymore.
it's-
Okay, but how did you watch the entire show, Shreyas?
Devika, I'm also lost. Don't worry. You want to talk cricket in the middle? We can just segue.
No, I know this more than
You know this. But the point being,
189, huh? I think it was 60-61 against England. I think he made over 500 runs in that series.
Oh, Meghnath has a good explanation for Sakht Londa. Chad. That's a good
yeah.
translation. Yeah.
Chad, the country
It
in
is
Africa.
a Chad. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm woke. I'm in.
Yes.
All right, listen, we have to end this.
Okay,
Devika has to make food.
why are people so mad about the word love storia from the Kesariya song? Girish Patil is asking.
Yeah, I think we should invite Girish to the studio. He's asking too many questions. I can't answer all of them, man. He has to sit here and we can take it, as an interview format.
Okay, I would not like to read the next one, but Shreyas did read my palm in a show at J-Spot and I would like to express displeasure. I don't know. I think this is a fake profile.
He has this picture.
It's-
It's literally the most authentic
It seems
profile.
CGI. Seems like
we've
a
had.
Photoshop image.
Saurabh is...
We don't have time. Let's move on to the next question.
Yes, what do you mean displeasure? Now, so it's not about the content. It's the way you held his hand, you creep. That's what he's saying. You're a creepy man, for God's sake. Why would you? So you have to
No,
make
I
content.
don't. No,
You hold the
of
hand.
course I don't.
You hold it up.
I use this. I never touch
You
people's
don't touch.
palm.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Be careful, bro.
I
In this
don't.
world. Yeah, I mean, some of them kill flies with that same hand. Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Yes.
Cyrus, do you think zoos should exist?
No, it's terrible. Cages and all. And the worst part is, I don't know abroad if they do it as well, but in India, growing up, seeing kids throw things at monkeys and hippos and all that, and nobody stops them. They just pick up stones and they think that's it. That's why, I never liked children. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like children.
You keep your children in a zoo?
No, I should have. Now that these are mistakes as a parent you make and you regret later. But I don't know, the children are really vicious sometimes. I've never understood that.
What's the meanest thing your kids have ever said to you?
Call me mom.
That's
Because I got a big chest. What can I do, bro? These things happen, no? Kids fall. Kid is told, man looks like this, woman looks like this. No 37 genders when they were growing up. Next thing they know, I'm the mother.
Yeah.
I also have I don't want to get to the razor story, but I'm hairless. Okay?
Right.
That's another thing that throws people because stereotype, man hairy, woman not hairy. My women, hairy. Me, no hairy. That's the story. Let's talk about Devika as we pack up again. The show.
Everyone join this epidemic. Get addicted to the pasta.
She'll make her
and
own
the
ads.
donuts.
I think in future she'll just make her own ads. There's no point, really. Yeah. His heart was in the right place. I'm so sorry,
it's okay.
Devika.
I'm not offended. Yeah.
But do check out Toast Pasta Bar.
Is there an online thingy that we can put up?
Instagram.
Instagram.
And
okay.
It's good because it's not on Zomato or Swiggy. It's on a different website, like a third-party website where you can't order from.
Only the really hip do that.
For sure.
Average restaurants all Zomato, Swiggy.
Because think about how much more it takes to go on a website that's new to order food. Like you have to really like the food. And it is worth it, so please.
And they want you
do.
to earn the food. You should be like that. You should be like the cheetah. You have to run really fast and get your food.
Yes.
You can't just turn up and go, Zomato, so this is much more important. Now that's how you sell a product.
That's how you say that.
Good marketing.
And that was our show.
That was our show.
Amazing.
Manohar and Manjrekar could have been opening batsmen from Siraj Park, but instead it's one restaurateur and one palmist. A man dedicated to masturbation. Well played, chef. Well played. Liv, say bye now. Because you're going to get a lot of hate mail and we're going to have to protect you now.
That's fine. I'm a comedian. I'm used to it. But goodbye, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Unless you're a fly, in which case.
Never
See you never.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter, on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.